What's going on, everyone? Michael here at 3D Print Everything, and today I want to go over fine-tuning a print while it's printing. So if you notice a print that you've just started and you don't necessarily want to go back and rewrite all the Cura settings and change it multiple different times to figure out the right settings, there are some things you can do on just about every printer to modify how it's printing while it's printing. So let's look at this print here. This is one of our pod speakers. We just finished this one over here. I had to do some similar things to it. Right now we are using this Hatchbox Copper PETG. If you're curious, it is a really good looking filament. Well, let's look closely at this print. So we're doing solid infill down here, and aside from little stringing messes and retraction issues, the infill is what I'm looking at. So there is a considerable amount of gapping between these lines. That's not ideal. If I was making an air filter or something, maybe I'd want that. But same with the walls here. I ideally don't want these gaps behind these walls. So what can you do while it's printing to look better? Let's look at what I've done and how it's looking now. So that is currently how it's looking, and that's actually much better than what it is. We can see that that's a really nice solid layer. So what did I do? Well, first off, in most of your screens, it's going to look something like this. It's going to have a, telling you what percentage you're at and your temperatures and whatnot. On this one, I did modify the temperature a little bit. I think it went down 4 degrees because I noticed it was boiling. Speed, and my extrude speed currently is at 140%. So this is just like flow. It's putting out 40% more plastic than what it was before. Now I'm trying to figure out, there's a couple things going on here. One, as I'm extruding more plastic, it's actually going to be going in between these gaps and filling some of the gap below it. So I do want that. So I know that I'll most likely need to back off that 140 extrusion by at least 10, 15, or 20%. I already in Cura commanded, I think, 120% over. Now this is a 0.6 nozzle with a 0.8 layer width. This was like a 3-day print at full speed, but I have also changed my speed down to 55%. So now this will wind up being like a 5-day, 6-day print. Now I also tightened my extruder arm here. I was wondering if maybe it was just not able to grip enough, and that might have been it. And I think that was part of it. I think the grip was part of it, so I needed to adjust this a little bit. But you can adjust flow, temperature, and speed in your printer most of the time. Not all printers will have that, but the majority of them will. King Runes do, Crealities do, some other ones do. But that is some things that you can do, because I don't necessarily want to restart this. I'm really tight on the amount of filament I ordered for this. Doing this much over extrusion, I'll need to order like 2 more rolls of filament, if not even more. So I want to make sure I get a good layer, and then what I'm going to start doing is backing off that extrusion until I get a good solid layer, because it's having to backfill a little bit. Once it backfills, it'll be over extruding and making a mess, and we don't want that. So I'm going to watch this closely, and we'll see just how we can get it to come out. But ideally what I'd probably wind up doing is slowing down the wall. If I was going to mess with my Cura settings, I would slow down the wall settings and even up the extrusion maybe on the wall. I think that's what it is. It's just moving a little too fast when it's doing the inner walls, but the outer walls are perfect, and those are actually pretty solid. So we'll see what happens with this, but I've got good faith that it's going to wind up being okay. So I might do another video when this one finishes up. But thanks for checking this out, guys, and hopefully you might be able to modify a print or change some settings while it's printing and save your print and save yourself some time. Have a good day.